Hey YouTube, I'm back for another game. I've got my trusty mug here, which means we're going to be playing under the drunk account again. Haven't actually played under the sober account for quite some time now, but that's just a reflection of my life as of current. But it doesn't matter because I feel that my game really doesn't vary that much regardless of whether or not I'm drunk or sober. I still make mistakes and I still don't win a lot of games. So let's go ahead and see what kind of game we can get into. Hope everybody's staying cool on a very hot, humid Wednesday. It's very hot here in DC. I think the heat index was 110. Ridiculous. All right, standard. Again, as I mentioned earlier, or a couple of videos ago, that I've been doing this Queen's opening lately. I like that. I think I like it more than the King's opening that I had been using for quite some time. The standard E4, E5. I don't know why. I feel that a D4 opening somehow it feels a little more comfortable. So we'll just go ahead and keep developing. Let's see where this gets us. This is Bruce Ballard. He's rated a little bit higher than my drunk account right now, and actually higher than my normal account. Also a fellow American like myself. So once again, I believe last night we had two Americans battling it out. So, you know, here we are again. Just like, you know, it's like politics. Nobody can get along. Everybody has to fight. So that's what it is. Maybe we'll get a draw. Maybe we'll get a stalemate. I don't know. All right, so he brings his knight, his queenside knight to what I feel is a weird square. I mean, it's not a weird square, but this early in the game, I feel that that's a weird square. Like you know, what kind of jerk wouldn't just bring it down to C6? Like, what is he planning? This guy's an asshole. Tempted to move my knight up here to E5. I don't want to do that though. I could harass his queen, but then I would just have to bring my bishop back. Let's just go ahead and move my bishop here for now to F4. I think that's good for now. Check in the chat room. Captain Cat, mate in 60 moves. 60 moves is quite a long game. But I got to trust Captain Cat on this one because he seems to know his shit. Bird of Prey says, Kopla. Welcome, Bird of Prey, my faithful viewer. I really don't go live unless he is available to watch because I like to have at least one person in the chat room. All right, so my opponent is doing A7 to A6, probably wanting to stop my knight, possibly a future bishop. I don't know why he's doing that. Again, just this guy's just being an asshole. But I'm going to continue with my development. Bring my pawn. Let me see if there's anything better. Make sure there's not like, you know, I can take his queen and I just don't, you know, I'm just going to completely miss it. I don't think there is. I think pawn. Maybe plant my bishop here and then I can go ahead and castle. One thing I've noticed about, so I watch a lot of chess videos and higher rated players, they really do abide by the castle as soon as you can. Maybe not always as soon as you can, but they do castle pretty early. Whereas a lot of the people I play, I mean, look at this guy's development. It's actually, now that I'm looking at it, it's kind of terrible. He's just been moving pawns like a jerk. And okay, so his light squared bishop is trapped. His dark squared bishop is kind of trapped. He hasn't even moved this knight over here on G8. Just what a jerk. I don't like this guy. Oh, Bruce. I don't like you, Bruce. All right, so he's coming down. He has some intention, probably so I can take this and he takes that. And then like, yay, what do we accomplish then? If I don't take, what's he going to do? I mean, he might take and then I take, yay. Or he could push down. That would be kind of annoying to have his pawn there. Especially since it's guarded by his D5 pawn. I'm just going to go ahead and take and let him take with the knight. That's fine. I don't care. Go ahead, take with the knight. See if I care. Really don't care. I really want to get this bishop right here on D3 so I can castle. Not sure what I'm going to do with my queen after that. But once I castle and then have my rooks connected, I'll feel good. Because, I mean, again, his development is just really lacking. I mean, yes, he's attacking this pawn twice. But again, I don't care. Okay, great. You've attacked the pawn twice. Maybe he brings his bishop out here. Okay, what are you going to do with that? Why do I care? I really don't. Still thinking about moving my knight up here to e5. All right, so he takes with the bishop. I said I don't care, and I mean that, because everything's guarded. So I'll just go ahead and stick with my plan, bringing my bishop here. Go ahead and plan on castle. I mean, again, look at this guy's development compared to mine. Now, I'm probably going to lose the game because that's just how I do it. But my development is so much better than his right now. I'm about to castle. Everything, all my pieces are out and about. And the only thing left is to move my queen and connect my rooks after I castle. Meanwhile, he's still got his knight here. He's got his bishop. This bishop, actually, he did himself a disservice by taking with his bishop, because at least if this jerk had taken with his knight, he could have moved his bishop to d7 and then done something with the bishop. But no, he wants to be a jerk. All right, so what's he got? He's got the knight. I'm tempted to go here and pin this knight. He'll push up. I take. He takes. No, I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to castle. I'm going to go ahead and castle. Let's stick with that. Let's stick with the plan. But, again, his bishop, his light squared bishop is really weak. Meanwhile, mine is on two nice diagonals. How can I take advantage of that? Is there a way I can exploit that? I'm not sure. I'm sure there is. Now that I'm looking at the board again, this knight to e5 move looks really good because the net clears my queen up as well. Well, I wouldn't move her there. I could move her right where the knight is. All right, again, he's moving his pawns. This guy he can't get enough of moving his pawns. This move, I don't understand the point of that. I'm trying to find the point of that. What was the point of that? What does he got planned by doing that move right there? b7 to b5. What does that accomplish for him? If I don't win this game, I'm going to be so pissed off because I feel that this guy is just playing so terribly. All right. Okay. Let's see. What if his is weak? This bishop is really weak. Well, maybe it's not really weak, actually. It is guarded by this knight here. What else is weak? This pawn. That pawn. His rook is unguarded, but I really can't get to the rook. And that's about it. On this rook as well. The rooks are unguarded, but they're on the back rank, so I can't really get to them. I'm thinking more about this knight to e5. My f3 knight to e5. How can he threaten my knight after that? He can maybe bring his bishop back, maybe. But my knight will be guarded, so it doesn't matter. There's also I could bring my knight to d4. Is that any better? It might be, because knight to d4 can then... Well, wait a minute. No, I was thinking they could both end up on the c6 square, but regardless, my knight could still get to that c6 square. All right, I've decided on d4. And the reason I've decided on d4 is because if I go to d4 and he takes, I'll take back, and I would rather have a bishop than a knight should I go to e5, he takes, and then I take. So let's do that. That's what we're going to do. So if he does not take, I'm really, really considering putting my... Well, let's say I do put my knight here on c6. What's my plan after that? He would probably move his queen here to threaten my knight. Is there any way I can guard my knight? No, there's not. Not really. Because my knight would be here on c6. I don't know. Maybe I'll leave my knight here for a minute. I feel like that's a good square for it to be on. I'm really far up. Okay, so he's going to go ahead and take. And like I said, I would rather have the bishop than his knight. So his dark square bishop is off the board. Meanwhile, I still have both my bishops. I like that position. I like being in that situation. All right, so he's doing another useless move. This white square bishop is really just in a bad situation for him. All right, what can I do with my queen? I could put her here. Both of these squares are, both this square and this square are guarded by his knight, so I'm not going to put her there. I could just be a jerk and put my bishop here on d6. That would force his queen, because at that point, that would actually accomplish two things. If I put my bishop here, that's going to prevent his king from castling, and it's also going to restrict the queen's moves to basically just this c8 square. And none of his pieces, if I actually do put my bishop here, the queen can't threaten without being threatened herself, and the king certainly can't threaten either. And I don't see any way that any of the knights can threaten it. And he has no dark squared bishop. I'm going to do that. I'm moving my bishop to d6. I think that's the move. So I feel pretty good about this because, again, I have pretty much locked his queen in. I'm causing trouble. All right, so let's see. Oh, well, there's that as well. Okay. Can I guard this bishop? I don't think I can guard this bishop. I didn't think that out too well. All right. I could just move my bishop back here, threaten his knight. Then my bishop is safe, protecting this and this. I don't see any way. I mean, if I do this and then this, and then he takes, and then he takes, no, that's not a good trade. I think I'm just going to bring my bishop back. Threaten his knight. There's nothing good going on there. Point-wise, we're still even, but I feel like I'm ahead. Or I feel like I should be ahead. And it's actually pissing me off that I'm not. This knight of mine is actually kind of trapped. So the c3 knight, he can't go here, he can't go here, he can't go here. Any square that knight moves to, he's going to get taken. And I don't have a good response to it. All right, so he's attacking my bishop. I'm probably going to lose that bishop. So the question is, which one of his knights do I want to take? I think I'm going to leave the bishop there, because if he takes, I'll take, forcing his knight to move. So I'm going to leave the bishop right where it's at. In the meantime, I'm thinking about knight to f3, maybe with some ideas here. Yeah, let's do that. It's time my knight starts. It's time that my knight makes or my queen Did I say knight to begin with? It's time that my queen makes an appearance. It's time that she finally comes alive and does something instead of just sitting back there doing her thing. So I'm expecting a take. I'll take. He would probably move here to c4. Again, I'm still screwing up his check or his castle. He can't castle. So meanwhile, I feel that my king I think is pretty safe. My king's just kind of hanging out on the g1 square, just kind of chilling. And, you know, he's got his rooks guarding him. He's actually got this bishop backing up this rook. All right, so he takes. So I'll take. I'm thinking knight to c4. No. Now, if I can somehow support this square, the c6 square, if I could get my knight here. No, that's a little too much trouble. Because it would be really, really great if I could push up with my pawn to fork these guys, to fork his bishop and his knight. But I would really need support on this square, on this c6 square, which I just don't have right now. So maybe it's time I start to centralize my rooks. I'm going to leave. No, that pawn is unguarded. I could push my b4 pawn or my b2 pawn up to guard that pawn. Then he pushes down. Let's go ahead and push up with the b4 pawn. Let's do that. And then if he responds with a6 to a5, I'll do a2 to a3. I might not want to do a2 at a3. Because then if he takes and then I take, he can take my rook. But then I just recapture his rook. So maybe it's not that bad. I don't know. Pretty good game with Bruce so far. I'm enjoying this. All right, so he finally does castle. Thinking about queen to h3, threatening mate. If I do queen to h3, he'll probably respond with h7 to h6. Let's go ahead and make him do that. Let's go ahead. Then again, at 1100, there's probably a good 30% chance, I would say 20 to 30% chance that he won't see this mate. But he does. All right, he does see the mate. That is a response to it. All right. I'm thinking about h2. No, not there. Not there. Stop. h2 to h3 to support this pawn, which is unguarded right now. Let's do that. So right now my rook is really just... he's becoming a bane in my existence. I think I might want to try to mobilize him maybe to e2, then to f4. If I could get my rook on, or get my knight onto g5, that's obviously a mate idea. But how do I get my knight there? I'm gonna go here, here. No. How do I get my how do I get my knight? How do I get my knight here to g5? I could go here. Here. I mean, that's like 4 moves. That's never going to happen. That's 4 moves is a long time. That is a very slow development in 4 moves. I don't know what this is. He might be thinking to push down, and then what? Attack this? If he pushes down, then he attacks my H. Oh, why isn't it drawing? My H pawn. Why are you not drawing? I literally cannot draw the bishop to the H pawn. Can I do it to this square? No. Can I do it to... Oh, that's because the bishop won't go to the H square. All right, the bishop... So he might be thinking that. Let's go ahead and try and get my knight into the game. Because right now my knight's just been kind of just hanging out doing nothing. He may see that I'm trying to do that and respond with his bishop there. In which case I'll just move my knight there. I think I would also like to centralize my rooks. Maybe bringing my F rook over here to the E1 and maybe bringing my A1 rook to the D file, lining up with his queen. If anybody has any suggestions, I'm quite open to them. You know, Captain Cat seems to really know what he's doing, but I certainly don't. Bruce Ballard won, 1140 from the USA. All right, so he brings his queen into the game. Bringing his queen. I know he's really interested in this square because this bishop here is lined up with that square. So he probably wants to get his queen, and maybe he doesn't. I don't know why he wouldn't have moved his queen right here to the G. Then he could push up, and then he's threatening mate. This... All right, I gotta get my rooks into the game. Huh. Maybe knight to G3. Once I do knight to G3, what can I do? Absolutely nothing. Maybe queen to G3? Queen to G3 would allow me to do knight to F4, which would pave the way for what? For knight to H5? I don't know what that buys me. But I am liking this queen move. I am liking the queen to G3 move. That also, if I put my queen on G3, that also kind of claims this diagonal here. Well, at least up until the 7th rank. Actually, if I put my queen here on the G3 square, I could put her here over on C7, attacking both the bishop and the knight. I don't see any way immediately he can guard both. Well, I guess he would have knight to E5. I'm sticking. I think I'm going to go with that. I'm thinking queen to G3. Let's do that. Let's see what happens. And queen to G3 also pins this pawn. Not that that pawn is in any kind of position to threaten one of my pieces, but still, the fact that it's pinned is good. Let's see how he responds. So, in addition to chess, I have been doing a lot of card stuff with decks of cards. Just at work, I sit here and I just do kind of one-handed shuffles. And of course, now that I'm talking about a one-handed shuffle, I can't do it. But I do one-handed shuffles just all day at work and one-handed cuts and just all kinds of, like, while I'm working. Just to get my mind, just have my hands doing something while my mind is thinking. And that's That's kind of what I'm doing now. I'm kind of engrossed in this game. Time-wise, it's pretty even. I mean, I am 3 minutes behind, but on a 30-minute game, that's actually, I feel like that's not a ton. I mean, in a sense, I'm 10% behind. That's not terrible. There are worse time deficits to be in, and he's actually taking his time with this move, so that's a good thing. No. So in addition to other moves, I do have this move, queen to d6. But again, if I do that, he can move his knight here, protecting that bishop. I can't even offer a queen trade at that point. What other moves do I have? I have knight to d4. That threatens the bishop. Centralizing my rooks would also be good. Maybe putting one of the rooks, I'm not sure which one, putting one of them on the D file, getting up here. Oops. On the D file, maybe another one on the E file. Okay, all right, so he's made a move. Pawn, so E6 to E5. What has that done? It has weakened this pawn, but by not by much. It's still protected. And that actually locks my knight in. Seems like a good move. What's his next move? His next move is probably pawn to e4, threatening my bishop, at which point my bishop is locked in. At that point, he has won my bishop because there's nowhere for her to go. So maybe my move here is the c pawn up so that my bishop has a retreat. I think that's probably the move. His queen is only guarded by the knight. No, I think moving the pawn up is the move to protect my bishop. So he moves down, I move my bishop back. I move my bishop back, retreating like a pussy. That's all right. Retreating in this game is not bad. Sometimes retreating is what's required. That's what you do. That's what you got to do. Now, one thing I do suffer from in this game is fatigue. I start to get bored, and then I start not to care, and then I start to make stupid moves. I'm trying not to do that because this game is intriguing. This game is interesting. So what moves does he have? Pawn d5 to d4. I take, he takes. That's probably a zero-sum move. I would still really like to get my knight here. Ultimately, my ultimate plan would be to get my knight here, my queen on this file, so that I could get to the h7 square for checkmate. I was watching, what is his name? Hikaru something. I believe he's the second highest rated chess player in the world currently, right behind Magnus and Carlsen. Maybe second, third, fourth. He's somewhere around there. But he's literally, he's playing this 3-minute blitz game. So this game is 30 minutes. Literally, his game takes place in 1/10 the time that my game is taking place. And he is literally, I was watching this video, he's literally sitting there ordering nuts while playing a game. And it's just nothing to him. I don't understand how that works. It's like Captain Cat with his mate in 60 moves. I don't know how that works. I don't, it's something in my brain that I just lack, that I just don't have. And I find it kind of fascinating. But he's sitting there and the best part is not only was he playing these 3-minute games, but he was playing in a mode where he was at a disadvantage. So his opponent would have, all the pieces you would expect in a chess game, but he himself would have no rooks and no queen. And still, he's just sitting there like, oh, what kind of nuts do I want? I want these nuts. And he wouldn't shut up about these stupid nuts. And he's still just completely dominating the game, down 2 rooks and a knight. I don't know how that works. I don't know how it works. All right, so Bruce is just kind of taking his time. I don't know if Bruce has left the game. This is the part of the game where I start to wonder, did he abandon the game? Did he leave? I don't know. Is he really thinking? Is he thinking this much about the game? I don't think he's thinking this much about the game. All right, I got a text message. Let me look at this. All right. Back to the game. I was texting. What is going on? Bruce, have you abandoned the game, Bruce? Are you just... So, if Bruce abandons the game, I get 56 points, and I am over 1,000 in my drunk account. Still have 13 minutes. 13 minutes. I really feel that Bruce has abandoned the account. I'm going to block him already. I don't feel that this was a... No, I don't want to report him yet. But I do want to block him. Block! Yes, I am sure I want to block Bruce. I do not want to play Bruce again because I am 70% sure he has abandoned the game at this point. And okay, so now I don't know if this is on the screen that you're seeing, and it's not. I am seeing a message. Bruce Ballard 1 has disconnected and the game will auto resign in 2 minutes and 38 seconds. Counting down. So we are 2 minutes and 30 seconds away from victory, which I feel is appropriate. I feel I have played at least an equal game to Bruce. Maybe not a better game than Bruce, but at least an equal game. I mean, if we go back and look, he made some really dumb moves in the beginning, I feel. Like this right here. This with his knight to d7. Maybe that was a good move. I don't know. But I feel like it was a stupid move. Because he moves his knight to d7. Where does the knight have to go after that? It can't go to any of these squares. No, because I'm going to take it if it does. It could go to b6. B6. But what is there in b6 land? Nothing in b6 land. If he went ahead and went to f6, he's blocking his other knight. So, no, that was a dumb move. And then what else did he do that pissed me off? Oh, yeah, this right here. Yeah, he's moving his A pawn. Why? I'm not threatening to do anything. What? Are you afraid that I'm going to move my knight over here to b5? Oh, even if I did move my knight to b5, what am I going to do with it then? Nothing. Because anything I do, you're just going to take it, so it doesn't matter. Just what a jerk. I don't like Bruce. I'm glad I blocked him. Is there anything going on in the chat room? Captain Cat. Yeah, moving the knight that way is weird. Thank you, Captain Cat. I feel the same way. I mean, again, let's look at it again. I mean, you know, let's harp on this. Let's dwell on this for a minute. What a stupid move, Bruce. Jesus Christ, you're an idiot. No, that was just weird. Moving his pawn out was weird. I didn't like that. Then actually, this move was weird too. I didn't like this either. I thought that him doing his C7 to C5 move pawn. What does that get you? I mean, I feel that like when you want to do these trades, you want to get something in return. And this okay, so I won the game. I won by abandonment. All right, great. I'm glad I blocked him. Let's go ahead and review this game really quick. And actually, I have a new feature where I can do, let's see, will this work? Analysis. Hopefully the whole board is on the screen now. And we're going to go ahead and do an analysis. Let's check the chat room really quick. Ellipsis Triangle Trap. Hello, Addy. This is your imposter from Twitter. I don't know what that means. Oh, I do know what that means. It's the custodial staff. Hello, Ellipsis Triangle Trap. Bird of Prey with woo, another victory. Yes, we have another victory. Let's go ahead and review this game, and then I may play another game. I don't know. So, analyze. Let's analyze this game. Basic analysis. Since this is my drunk account, which I refuse to pay money for my drunk account, though I might. I might eventually. So let's see. We report. Let's just get the report. I just want the report. What? I can't get the accuracy? Where's my accuracy? You always... Okay, let's just retry. Let's retry. Learn from your mistakes. Upgrade to retry mistakes. Oh, Jesus Christ, chess.com. You're killing me. You're killing me. All right, there's... apparently, you have to pay to do more analysis, which I guess is fair, but... There's not a lot to analyze here unless I pay, which I'm on the fence about paying for this drunk account. I guess it depends on how well this channel does, but so let's back up a minute here. No, that was his blunder. Him moving his bishop here was a blunder, definitely. Where was my one blunder? I had a blunder. I just want to know where my one blunder was. Oh no, I had 0 blunders and 2 mistakes. So here's one mistake. So I moved my bishop from C1 to C4 or to F4, and that was really just a development move. That's all that was. I was just trying to develop my pieces. But the computer says that moving my pawn was better. Is that what it said? All right, so the computer says that threatening this pawn, and so I guess the idea here is that he takes and then I take. I guess it's better, maybe. I don't know. Okay, if you say so. All right, I'll trust you. I mean, you're a computer. And then the other mistake I made was here where I moved my knight. What did I do? I moved my knight from F3 to D4. And what did the computer say? The computer said that the better move was to retreat my knight. Why? I mean, here I'm offering a trade. Here I'm moving my knight to D4 with the idea that he will take and then I'll take back. This, again, I think is one of those things where the computer is just too perfect and not actually accounting for the fact that people playing at my level suck. So this was one of those cases where I kind of predicted he was going to make a shitty move, and I was actually going to take advantage of that shitty move. Whereas the computer gives people the benefit of the doubt and actually kind of says, no, nobody's going to make a shitty move. They're going to play a great game. That's not reality. And I think that might be the case here. I think, I think that's what's going on in this move. All right. All right. So I do want to play another game, but I think instead of a 30-minute game, which can probably go on long, let's do something different. Let's try playing a, how can I play? New game. Let's see. What do we have? I want to make sure that the screen is correct. During game transition. What do I want to try? Do I want to try 1 minute, 3 minute, 5, 10, 30? I don't want to try 30 minute. I feel like that's too long. And I feel like my girlfriend will get mad at me if I do another 30-minute game. 3 minute is too short. I'm leaning towards the 5 minute. And as much as I talk and as much as I think, I am bound to just screw up and really do terrible. Let's do a 5-minute game. Let's do it. And then we'll go ahead and call it a night after that. Okay, so here we are, the Espartanu Med. I don't know what that is, but Espartanu Med. You got to be really quick with these. I mean, even though it's 5 minutes, you gotta keep your cool. What am I? I'm 1200. I'm brand new. I'm already screwing up. I don't know what I'm doing. Bishop, maybe? I'm feeling pressure. I'm feeling a lot of pressure. If he brings us down, okay, he takes. I'll take with the queen pawn. Oh, shit. That was a good move. I don't know what to do. Let's go ahead and put pressure on his knight. I mean, really, this feels too quick already. I don't like it. It really feels too quick. Like here he is checking my knight. I mean, my king already. I can't even say the names of the pieces correctly. We'll go ahead and threaten his queen. He might bring this guy down. I take. He's going to take my bishop. I mean, my rook. What a terror! This was a horrible idea. This was just a bad idea all around. All right, can I get this? Let's just move this guy here, and then with the idea of pushing. Oh wait, no, that's a terrible idea. That's a terrible idea. All right, we're gonna have to do this. We're gonna have to move my king. I don't know what I'm doing. A 5-minute game, and I'm just completely losing my cool. I'm completely freaking out. I don't know what's happening. He'd probably take this pawn. That would probably be the good thing to do. This, if I can't highlight it. What do I do here? I'm just gonna block. Yeah, then he'll take my G pawn. Really? Really? All right, let's go ahead and do this. The idea here, at least, I mean, it's a terrible idea, is at least to bring this bishop out here. Let's take. And then he'll take. I'll bring the bishop. Oh, all right. Well, all right. Let's bring the king back. He's got both my rooks. All right. Check his knight. Threaten his queen. I don't know. I literally do not know what I'm doing. This game just feels so fast. I can't think. I can't concentrate. I can't sit here and talk. This is ridiculous. $5 minutes. How do people do this? I mean, look at this. I've got one bishop left compared to, like, I mean, he's got pretty much his entire army left. I don't know what the fuck to do. That I know I shouldn't do that. I know that's the wrong move, but I did it anyway. I'm down this much material. I know the one thing I should do is try to preserve my pieces, which this bishop right here is a goner. There is no square to move the bishop to. This is sad. This is just really sad. I don't ever want to do this again because I just don't know what I'm doing. These games are just too fast. I'm gonna force him to checkmate me though. Literally, I have no idea what I'm doing. Yep, checkmate. All right, that's fine. All right, well, that was good. That was good. I mean, it really wasn't good. It was a 5-minute game with like no time. I didn't know what I was doing. I have no experience with these games. I don't know how people play them. They play these like super fast games and they do amazingly well. And I have no idea. I have no idea how that happens. So I'm going to call it a night. I hope you enjoyed the stream. Let's check the chat room really quick. Yeah, nothing's going on. But to the people who did view, thank you. I appreciate it. And I will see you next time, which might not be until Monday. Maybe tomorrow. If not tomorrow, then definitely Monday. So, see you then. Thank you, everybody.